The Gospel of the Lord.
Praise to you, Lord Jesus Christ. Please be seated.
My dear brothers and sisters, in the Lord, a blessed afternoon to everyone. This Mass is so special Mass because families are gathered this afternoon, and of course our greeting to our beloved Mayor, the Honorable William Tugangi, and family, and the rest of the members of the party, the Ayat, Team Ayat. Our gospel reading today would stir a kind of emotion because Jesus Christ was being conceived or taught that is going to abolish the law. Because most of the people to whom he had encountered with, they found him to be someone who's speaking new things, and his wisdom is a wisdom in which it is extraordinary. Para bang ang pagkakilala nila kay Jesus ay kakaiba. No? He's so extraordinary, so different, having an extra, perhaps intelligence and wisdom, especially when he preaches in the synagogues. But our Lord Jesus Christ, so clear to him, when he said to his disciples, "Do not think that I have come to abolish the law or the prophets. I have come not to abolish but to fulfill." Napakaganda po dahil po sa salita ng ating Panginoong Jesus, sinasabi po niya, I am the fulfillment of the law, the meeting point of the old and the new. Ang ating Panginoong Jesus ang siyang kaganapan. Na marahil din sa atin po, sa ating paglalakbay po sa buhay, sometimes we don't really see the meeting point. Yung bang sasabihin po natin, in our day-to-day journey, I think human as we are, in our personal experience and personal journey in life, para bang it is a struggle to arrive to what we call a meeting point of all our thoughts, our queries, our questions, our reflections, and our concrete day-to-day life. Sa buhay po natin, sa ating paglalakbay, ang ating karanasan minsan para bang ang ating pong kaisipan at karanasan ay kailangan pong sila po'y magkasalubong. It has to meet together. And I think this is what our Lord Jesus Christ in our gospel reading today when he said, I have come not to abolish but to fulfill. Which is true. Jesus was telling this to his disciples for the very reason that there are a lot of accounts to prove that he's really the fulfillment of the law. Remember, 2 Sundays ago, we had the Transfiguration Gospel when Jesus at the mountain transfigured before his disciples, where Moses and Elijah was talking to him. And this transfiguration would represent first Moses as the old law, the Pentateuch, the Torah. And Elijah, who is a prophet, would also represent that our Lord Jesus Christ, in his preaching, we hear that he actually made use of the prophecies and revelations in the old, in the prophets, and of Elijah, and even of Isaiah, for example. And here we see that our Lord Jesus Christ is telling his disciples, in fact, I am not abolishing, I am not destroying, I am fulfilling, in fact, the law. But we all know that if we have only to focus on the old law, the Mosaic law, or the Torah, there are what we call some imperfections of this. But Jesus said, I am the fulfillment of the law. That gives a more clearer meaning of the teachings and commandments of the new law or the New Testament. But of course, at the end of the day, we may be saying testaments, we may be saying laws, we may be saying old and new commandments. But our Lord Jesus Christ is telling to us that is the fulfillment of the law, of the love of God to us. Ang kaganapang sinasabi na ating Panginoong Yesus ay ang batas ng dakilang pagmamahal ng Diyos sa ating lahat. Na ito po yung panyaya po sa ating lahat. That as we are journeying, there are also things that we would like to fulfill in life. Marami ring mga bagay-bagay na gusto nating gawin, makaganapan, we would like to fulfill them. But in our journey, all the things that we should do must be geared toward this what we call the very love of God. That the very core of the laws and commandments of God is no other than love. My dear brothers and sisters, in this Holy Mass, I have said a while ago, it's so special in the presence of the families. Because what actually binds a family, a community, is the very love that we have. And this love is coming from the very love of God to us. Na sana, ito rin po yung dahilan ng lahat ng gagawin po natin ay dahil sa pagmamahal natin sa Diyos. Pagmamahal natin sa ating kapwa-tao na ito'y galing at nakaugat sa pagmamahal natin sa Diyos. And as we continue to pray, and as we're being challenged by the gospel reading today, that our Lord Jesus Christ saying, I have come not to abolish, but to fulfill. And true enough, our Lord Jesus Christ is saying, is the fulfillment of the law. And is the fulfillment of the very great love of God to us. My dear brothers and sisters, let us fulfill the law of God in our day-to-day life by the very love that we have for one another. At the end of the day of our life, love is the reason of all. And love will always be the main reason of our journey in this life. That is why let us fulfill the very law of love of God in us and to one another. Amen.
Please stand.